Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon and Geeky Sparkles is sitting this video out. You're stuck with me. I'm going to talk about the Hollywoodification of YouTube again, because it's becoming more and more apparent to those of us who have been, primarily YouTubers, that things are changing and not for the better for a lot of content creators. They are really pushing YouTube as a streaming service, as a Netflix competitor, as a Hollywood thing. And now we're even getting the Hollywood unions involved in YouTube. Things are changing very, very quickly. And I'm not sure where it's going to go, guys. I'm going to be completely honest. I have concerns, and I think a lot of other YouTubers had concerns about it, which is why they noped out, including MatPat. And I'm going to talk about MatPat because his studio wants to unionize. They want to have the WGA get involved in content creation over there, again, for YouTube content. But again, the bigger picture is they want YouTube to compete with Netflix and with Disney Plus and all of that. So we're going to see the lines get blurred here in the next couple of years. And I'm going to be honest, I think that independent content creators are absolutely going to get pushed out. I think that independent content creators in the YouTube space, if you're not part of a studio or a bigger studio or have, bankrolling from a bigger studio, I think that those of us in this space who are doing it on our own are going to be relegated to shorts, kind of like Disney Plus is doing. We talked about this yesterday. I think it was yesterday that Disney CEO Bob Iger wants to let users create their own shorts content using Disney characters on Disney Plus as kind of a perk. I think that's what's going to happen to YouTube. I think there's going to be a lot of AI generated slop and TikTok type videos that users can upload to YouTube, but really the content they're going to push is going to be professional Hollywood content. That is it's not just a hunch. I mean, they're flat out telling you this is what they're going to do. This Neil Mohan is really pushing into Hollywood and the Hollywoodification. That's a weird word. I just made that up. Of YouTube. This is just a couple of weeks ago. YouTube just ate TV. It's only getting started. I would say Hollywood is going to eat YouTube at this point, and the two are going to become one. And I just have a funny feeling, and I think this is why so many people noped out. We're going to talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. So we're already working on our escape pod, I guess, from the YouTube space, because I just get I have a very bad feeling about this. So if you go over to more.clownfishtv.com, we're going to be posting episodes that we don't post on YouTube over there. And we're also going to be posting more podcasts over there and pretty much whatever we come up with. And I know a lot of people have YouTube memberships. We have that turned off over here. And the reason I turned that off over here is it's incredibly dumb to put all of your eggs into YouTube's basket. I feel at this point we need to spread out a little bit, and whether that's a Patreon or whatever. And this works kind of like that, right? It's currently $5 a month. We're going to raise it because we have some other things we're working on right now. We're going to bring forums back. We are actually looking at maybe doing some private game servers, to add more value. But again, it's to build a community off of YouTube. And I think this is going to be incredibly, incredibly important, at least for our continued survival going forward. And I think a lot of other creators, they kind of got a jump start on that. They went to Patreon. I don't like Patreon very much, but I love Substack. So I'm not having any problems over there. I think it's great. But check us out at more.clownfishtv.com. And for those of you who are looking for our videos because you're not getting notified, if you just go to clownfishtv.com, it will give you all of our new videos. You can check these out. We've got some articles over there as well, but mostly it's about getting you to our videos, because I don't trust YouTube. I don't trust YouTube to show you our content. We also have an audio version of Clownfish TV over on Spotify or iTunes, whatever you listen to. So we are definitely branching out, because I think the house is burning down. I'm not even kidding. I've talked about this before, and the numbers and the algorithm and all of that. but they want to become YouTube. Hollywood wants to merge with YouTube, and this new CEO of YouTube, he's all about it. Now we've even got, the Writers Guild. They want to unionize in Matt Pat's studio. Now, Matt Pat sold his company, so I don't know how much of the decision making he's making currently, but I know a lot of these guys moved to California. They moved to LA. And, we said before that the unions were looking at YouTube and they were drooling because that's where all the growth is in the content creator space. And they're like, well, Hollywood's not greenlighting new TV shows and movies. The productions are moving out of state because of the cost. So we'll just go after YouTube now. This came from the Hollywood Reporter just a couple of days ago. Hollywood guilds make historic push to unionize YouTube content studio theorist media. Again, game theory, movie theory, food theory, fashion theory, whatever the hell they have a lot of different theory channels. The Editors Guild and Writers Guild West are looking to organize more than 24 workers at the LA and Raleigh-based production company, which has several popular YouTube channels. Actually, their channels have been kind of dropping off a cliff ever since Matt Pat left, but I'm just saying this is a taste of things to come. 2025, many Hollywood unions are facing existential questions about how to survive in a rapidly changing media environment. As film and television studios consolidate and cut costs, opportunities are diminishing for organized labor in traditional Hollywood. Oh my God, guys. If only someone could have seen that coming. If only someone could have warned you and said, hey, if you guys all go on strike all at the same time and basically threaten the studio system, guess what? They're just going to cancel a bunch of shows, cancel a bunch of movies, move production to other countries, and replace a lot of you with AI. If only somebody had the foresight. I'm just saying. So the balance of power and entertainment is shifting toward predominantly non-union spaces like YouTube and TikTok. They came after us. They wanted us to join the union a couple of years ago. We're actually eligible to join it on a couple of different levels. We don't talk about everything we do here, but we do deal with Hollywood more than I think people realize. I'm going to be honest. But they wanted us to join, and I basically told them to go pound sand. I was much nicer about it, but no, they were looking for us to join. I'm like, what benefit is it to us to join in any capacity? Because you're not going to get us anything. It's not going to, it's not going to change anything. It's basically we're going to pay dues and then have to keep our mouths shut when you tell us to. And that doesn't sound like a very good deal. It's a very one-sided deal. So if we're a little more antagonistic about these unions, there's a reason for that. There's a bit of a reason for that. A new organizing drive from the Motion Picture Editors Guild. I didn't know there was an Editors Guild. An Editors Guild and the Writers Guild of America West strives to make inroads in the exploding creator economy. Yes, again, they're coming for YouTube. And we told you this is going to happen. Like I said, we saw it firsthand a couple of years ago. They were pushing to get into the YouTube space. The labor groups are attempting to unionize Theorist Media, the digital media production company behind popular YouTube channels like The Game Theorist, The Food Theorist, Film Theorist, and others, Hollywood Reporter has learned. The unions are targeting more than 24 workers who edit, write, and produce the shows, as well as create thumbnails and hone sound design. Wait, the thumbnail guy? You want to unionize the thumbnail guy? Okay. Beyond YouTube, Theorist also streams some of his work on Twitch. Yeah, and they're getting more and more of these bigger YouTube channels. They're getting them into like Roku channels, stuff like that. Like if you've seen, I think they actually have a Theorist Roku channel. I'm not 100% sure, but I know Mr. Beast has one. Like FGTV has one, and they're streaming on Roku. And so to them, it's kind of like, well, you're part of the streaming ecosystem, so you got to be part of the union, right? But really, it's about them getting dues. They want dues and they want control, and they're freaking the fuck out. I'm going to be honest. These unions are freaking out because they're like, yeah, if Hollywood does or the studios do what they're planning on doing, and they're outsourcing everything, and they're moving to like Texas, and they're, punting work overseas, where does that leave us? In the unemployment line. That's basically where it leaves you, in the dust. And I've been telling people for the last 3 years now, FICOR isn't an option if you absolutely positively must work with Hollywood. All right. And you absolutely positively have to have some connection to a union. It's less and less important now. It used to be that like you had to be unionized if you wanted to get any work, but you know, whatever. If you absolutely have to go that route, go FICOR, Google it, look it up. You can still give them some money, some protection money, and you still get to work on stuff. Celebrities have done it. George Lucas, he walked away from the Writers Guild back in the 80s. Sylvester Stallone, there are a few others that have. And it hasn't adversely affected their careers any. Now, they were a big deal when they walked away, but they were kind of like, yeah, you don't get to tell me what to do. I don't pay you to have you tell me what to do. And that's the deal from my point of view. If any of you are listening, now I know some of you do listen. If any of you are listening, if you would come back to us and say, hey, here's a better deal. We're not going to tell you what to do, and we're actually going to offer you some benefit to joining our organization, I might consider it. But from my point of view, it's just we pay you to tell us what to do. And I'm not down with that. A lot of content creators aren't. I'm just saying. They said this marks the first time that either union has sought to get a bargaining group voluntarily recognized at a company that produces YouTube content. I don't even know if Matt Patz, like I said, he sold it. So I have no idea where he's at with it. It's a notable step. In the past, storied Hollywood unions have not taken short form video particularly seriously. No, they have not. I can tell you that they have not. Ask Rhett and Link. They got kicked around Hollywood and they're like, yeah, you're just YouTubers. We don't give a shit about you. Now they're like, oh, YouTube's super important. Okay, now we all care. Times have changed, and YouTube recently became the most watched video platform on TV. Now unions are clamoring to formats that are on the rise, like verticals and YouTube videos. Okay. As she ran unopposed to lead the WGA West as president over the summer, Michelle Mulroney stated she thought that the union was sitting on a shrinking iceberg. They are. It needed to expand its purview. Theorist workers involved in the union drive suggested in statements that their efforts could have beneficial implications for the creator space as well, which has seen a few organizing drives in the past lose steam. Yeah, because the reason a lot of us work in this space is they don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to be told what to do. And we're a lot more nimble. I'm just saying us, just content creators in general, are a lot more nimble without getting mired down by all of the red tape in Hollywood, right? And we can do things on a shoestring budget that the big studios can't. And it's in part because the union, they regulate everything. For more than 20 years, we've watched terrific creators and their content shape YouTube into one of the most powerful platforms on earth, said theorist graphics worker. This is the thumbnail guy. Oh, thumbnail gal, I'm sorry. Graphics worker Nicole Cepeda. Now it's time for theorists and other production companies to take it to the next level. Again, what is the benefit? Is it going to change your impact on YouTube? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to get more or less views? And you have to look at that as a company owner. Like, well, if I unionize my workers, now the cost of doing business has gone up tremendously. And things are changing rapidly on YouTube anyway. So I don't know. She had, by unionizing, our goal is to help raise professional standards and bring them in line with the broader entertainment industry. The work we do is real. Yeah, it is. It deserves real protection. I don't know if there is anything as any such thing as protection, to be honest, right now. I'm going to be, I'm being real. Like, I don't think there is protection. And I don't think it matters if you're union or not. I think the union might buy you more time if the studios don't just, kick you to the curb because they're like, yeah, you cost too damn much and you want too much say over the production. I don't know. A theorist is based in Raleigh, North Carolina, and in LA. It's declined to voluntarily recognize the union. Yes, because it's going to drive up the costs. The WGA West and MPEG are still pushing for them to do so, but if the company does not oblige, they will need to file a petition with the National Labor Relations Board to represent the workers. Then they pull out of LA and possibly pull out of North Carolina, and they move to like Texas or Florida or something. I'm just saying, that's probably what's going to happen. The Hollywood Reporter has reached out to the company for comment. The workers are attempting to unionize in order to change wages, working conditions, and their voice on the job, according to theorist writer Daniel Zemke, who said the effort was helping bring the labor movement to YouTube. I don't want the labor movement to come to YouTube. If I wanted that, I would have gone to them. I'm just saying. I don't want that. I don't want to be told what to do. It remains to be seen whether that will actually happen. At least for a couple Hollywood unions, it seems they're ready to assist the effort. No, they're freaking the hell out. they're losing members. I think we talked about before that of all the unionized actors in Hollywood, only like 2 or 3% are working full time or enough to make a living. It's bad. I mean, I get it. It's bad, but I don't know if unionizing is necessarily the solution, again, because it drives up costs. And right now, all these studios are looking at is the bottom line. And if you cost twice as much as somebody else, I mean, it might be nice for you to have all these vacay days and only have to come in, a couple of times a week and, work 32 hours a week or whatever. And if you can get it, look, get it, right? If you can get it, get it. But as a business owner, I'm going to look at it and be like, I got a guy that can do the same job for half the price, and he may or may not be overseas, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to do what you got to do. And if it's like, well, if so-and-so would do the job here, but take a little bit of a pay cut and I don't have to, wonder if they're working or not because they demanded that they work out of office 4 days a week. You know what I'm saying? There are things you got to look at, right? So now SAG, this is another union, because it sounds sad, like SAG. SAG-AFTRA is changing the awards to the Actor Awards. I'm surprised that's not problematic. I'm surprised it's not like, why are we not calling it the Actor and Actresses Awards? But they said, yeah, the show commonly known as the SAG Awards will officially become the Actor Awards, presented by SAG-AFTRA in its next incarnation on Netflix. It's on Netflix now. See, again, you're seeing us streaming is basically eating Hollywood. The move was announced Friday to the board of SAG-AFTRA, the union that presents the awards and represents U.S. film and television actors. So it began in 1995. Yeah, it's a newer, I guess, 30 years isn't new, but it's newer than the Academy Awards. But yeah, so they have to tell people what they are. Like what's SAG? Oh, actors. It's the Actors Guild. They're basically just trying to rebrand. And they're trying to rebrand and trying to get into this space. And the thing is that I think on some level, Hollywood is going to be successful because I think Neil Mohan is all about it. He loves it. This guy loves the attention he's getting from Hollywood. He loves being in the Hollywood Reporter. It's just getting started, guys. YouTube just ate TV, and then we saw the pissing match they got into with Disney. He's loving it. So I don't know. Content creators, I don't think they're going to love it as much unless they're one of the like top 1% of creators. I don't think they're going to be loving it as much, for sure. So anyway, I am going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe. Again, check out clownfishtv.com if you're looking for notifications when we drop new episodes. Go out to more.clownfishtv.com if you're looking for more content from us that's not on YouTube. And coming soon, we're going to bring the forums back with some new software. It's actually pretty slick. So those of you who have subscribed to more, look for an invite soon, probably within the week, to kick the tires on this. Thank you very much for the support. We'll talk later.